Man, I thought it was a joke. Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, been gone. They got fired. Shout out to One Pride Nation for sending me the information on Twitter. And I thought it was a parody account. But Sheila, I apologize. Anything bad I said about Sheila, you know, her facial expression really said it all. Hit that subscribe button, that like, comment button, share the video. I'm gonna go live and, you know, maybe have One Pride Nation hop on if you can. Anybody else want to hop on? I'm happy that them jokers gone, man. And Sheila showing me something different, you know. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And what's so funny was, I bullshit you not, when he sent me that, I was sitting in line at Dairy Queen and I was listening to the game Dreams. That's one of my favorite rap songs. If you ain't never heard it, Kanye West produced it, but it's dope. It was on the first one, even though I think his second album was just as good. And it was a dream to see Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn fired. Man, and it had to happen, man. She couldn't fire one without the other. You feel me? You couldn't fire one without the other. It just didn't make no sense because Bob Quinn brought Matt Patricia in. That's strike one for him. Strike one for Matt Patricia, for Bob Quinn. Strike two, his track record of drafting is bad. And strike three, I don't even know what strike three is, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, strike three, he re-signed people, then he trade them or cut them. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue with him, man. And like him and Matt Patricia wasn't even on the same page. Strike one was the equivalent of 3 strikes. By bringing this punk in, you know, and I'm gonna start on Bob Quinn, man. He didn't draft well. He got rid of a coach that he actually worked well with in Jim Caldwell, you know. And my whole thing is, you know, you go to New England, and this was something I didn't really notice until somebody brought it up. They don't draft well in New England. That is a fact. They do not draft well in New England. I'm in Dearborn, ready to go back home. Driving ain't too bad, but Dearborn is the worst place I ever drove at. I drove in Georgia on they crazy freeways, Alabama, Chicago, Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Montgomery, Alabama, Atlanta. I think I might be moving back down that way. Shit. But you know, Bob Quinn just didn't do a good job of drafting. And you look at the guys that he drafted, they fit Caldwell's system for the most part. And the guys he drafted, Matt Patricia, or he re-signed, they didn't fit his system. You know, he drafted Valle, and he's still battling for the middle linebacker position with Jared Davis, who we know gonna be gone because he ain't worth a dime. I try to stop cussing. He ain't worth nothing. You know, you bring in Jamie Collins. He getting burnt for touchdowns by Duke Johnson out to the U. You know, we can keep going on and on. The guys that he brought in, he spent all that money on Trey Flowers. He came here injured, and now he in the cast. Boy, was I wrong about Sheila. But I did give me a little room for you. I said, if Sheila, great job she did. Because they is garbage. The Lions, Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, they was on Bob Quinn was on Matt Patricia. I mean, Matt Patricia was on Matt Millen status. He was that bad. You know, you got all these dudes, you know, and then offensively, they drafted a tight end at 7, and he made the jump, but they don't know how to get him the ball. You bring in Hightie, another bad contract for Bob Quinn. You bring in Hightie, right? He get injured. Then injured again, waste of money. You draft Julian Okoye in the 3rd round. It's red shirt. Jeff Okudah, another bad pick. Red shirt. Basically, you got rid of Quadre Diggs after paying them. Bad. Kind of what I tell Mason and Miles. Bad. You got rid of Glover Quinn. He one of the most talented, I mean, in my era, he might be the most talented defensive back that we ever had. From the safety position. You get rid of you get rid of him. Darius Slay, talented. You replace him with Darius Trufant, another wasted money. Sheila just give me the job. Give me the job. I can draft better than them. Me and Micro Mike can get the job done. Any of us can get the job done. I vote for my arch enemy on here. What's the old boy name? Moby. I know he apologized, but I vote for him to be the GM. Everything, I vote for him. They put me in there, I'll get the job done. But, we went over his biggest mistake was bringing Patricia in and not being able to draft well. And then if he did draft it well, you didn't know with Matt Patricia because he didn't know how to get nothing out of the players. You feel me? Bob Quinn was just, he didn't draft well. His best free agent still to today, off the top of my brain, is Marvin Jones Jr. Was I mad that he got rid of Golden Tate? No. Kenny Galladay was ready to replace him. But if you look at you just look at this team future at the pass catcher position. Other than and he wasted money with Jesse James. That's another guy he wasted money with. Danny Amendola, he done or he finished. Marvin Jones Jr., he done and he finished. So if they don't pay Kenny Galladay, you can be going out there next year with some rookie receivers, some veteran free. They just not set up well at positions they should be set up well at. They not set up well at receiver unless they bring Galladay back. And the team speed in the front seven offensively is atrocious. They love slow players. Love them. But Bob Quinn, we just went over most of his mistakes. But you look at Matt Patricia, that was Bob Quinn's biggest mistake and his biggest downfall. You sit here, you come in here, and you need to change everything from a 7-9, 8-18, whatever they was last year at Caldwell. You didn't need to change everything. But he came in here, he changed everything. He made them practice in the cold when they was going to have dome games, right? DeAndre Swift got a concussion in practice, running gassers and laps like they in high school. Matt Stafford didn't like him. And that might have went into something of him getting fired. Matt Stafford didn't like him. He told Darius Slay to stop sucking another man's penis. Now he lucky like Derek Coleman, didn't play for a player like Darius Slay wasn't a player like Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman you wouldn't have been able to find Matt Patricia. He would have said that to a real street nigga like Jalen Rose, Derek Coleman, somebody like that. Or Sam Hurd who went to jail with the Bears in Dallas for moving weight. He would have came up missing. Tell me I'm lying. Darius Slay got more self-restraint than I do because look here, man. I ought to call some of my Finkel niggas to come up there and get on his head. Real talk. You don't talk to me like that. You stupid. But, you just look at his defense. He wanted to play man defense, but he didn't want to put no starters in the front seven. He didn't want to stunt. He didn't want to crash. He didn't want to do shit. He wanted his low linebackers to be one-on-one with running backs that run like a 4-4 on Duke Johnson. Come on. You drafted Big Slow Tavai, you telling him to guard somebody man-to-man. Then you got a speedster like Jerry Davis, which y'all could never teach him how to defend somebody, how to tackle. His defense was trash. Had his defense held up and the offense not held, they ended the bargain up, okay, we can actually get that. You feel me? I understand that. I do. Ooh, my Cowboys. But you look at the situation now, defense didn't stick up. Players didn't like you. Players getting injured and getting concussions in practice. People was fearing to come to work. People didn't want to come to work. And every other week you had some people like Akeem Vallis coming out saying they ain't like playing for you. Then you had Zach Zenner. He tried to retract some of his words saying he didn't like playing for you. You had Chase Billingsley say he didn't like Bob Quinn. Every week it was a new former Lion coming out, and they wasn't even anonymous saying they ain't like Bob Quinn. Shout out to Glover Quinn in the DB room. He was saying he ain't like Bob Quinn. Darius Slay story, we know that about Bob Quinn. Fuck the Patriot way. Nobody liked the Patriot way. The fans, the players, their mamas, their girlfriends, their papas. Nobody liked it. You know, Matt Patricia made people do the Patriot way, and then it wasn't no reward at the end of the tunnel. Wasn't no Super Bowl, playoffs. We working on extra hard, and we losing. You know, and then you had public pressure from ESPN and, you know, everybody, even Hi Davis, shout out to him. He from Detroit. Was somebody they need to go. You know, I was surprised that she fired them. She showed me she different. But, you know, we get tired. We was tired of them. Wasn't no progression. You can work as hard as you want to, but if you don't work smart and work the right way, it ain't gonna be no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And we needed this. I'm very hopeful. This should have happened when they started off 0-3 or whatever it was. Everybody coming off saying, "Oh, we knew their defense, it was bland, they ain't disguised nothing." That just show you can't emulate Bill Belichick defense without Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And I'ma love to know what Matt Patricia gonna say, because I know what he gonna. Well, down the line or soon, well, we didn't want Matthew Stafford. Bob Quinn, we didn't want Matthew Stafford. We tried to get another quarterback. We wanted to draft Herbert and move up for Murray and draft Tua, but you know the ownership. I can't wait to see what they say. Cause remember when Joe Lombardi got put out here, he said Matthew Stafford was stupid. So it's interesting who gonna lead this team. I'm excited. I wish they hired me. Can I put my resume in? Cause I really could do a better job. You could just pay me half of what you paid Bob Quinn. Cause it ain't hard. To me, it ain't hard. I mean, I have a scouting department and I got 2 eyes. I know who can and who can't play. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I get on the line and go live. And don't ask me about the Michigan. I don't know what happened. I was watching in the beginning and then I had stuff to do. But I sat down and actually tried to watch it today. But, you know, I just can't do it. But don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. All my social media links in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. You want to make a donation, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. All my social media in the description. PayPal link in the description. That's where to donate. Share the video. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. And for all my live streams, follow me at Sportscastr. The links in the description. Create a profile, 100% free. They'll email you when I go live. And also check me out on Goodfellas Sports TV on YouTube and Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. One time for the one time we gone.